Good afternoon. I am Adam Volling with Pappas Architecture and Design at 3143 South Broadway, Inglewood, Colorado. Welcome to the City Council members, planning staff, and community members that are present this afternoon. The owner for this property is Gerhardt Mole Holdings and Brent Metz. They wish to develop a project which includes 14 townhomes on an existing vacant site. This aerial indicates in red volume the site as it sits. You can see the retail center to the left and the trees surrounding the property to the north and east that encompass the single-family residences. This current zone district is restricted commercial, which would allow for commercial and office uses and a 50-foot height limit. This proposal providing a townhome development would allow for less traffic in the site, and a scale will be maintained with the surrounding low-density single-family uses. On the proposed site plan, north has been rotated to the right, setting West 32nd Avenue on the left side running east and west at the top of the screen. Shown are 4 new buildings with 2 sets of homes facing West 32nd Avenue and 2 buildings of 5 townhomes, each towards the center of the site running north. Single access drive aisle from West 32nd Avenue will lead to the integrated unit parking garages at ground level, eliminating on-street parking. Adequate infrastructure will be added as needed for the new development. Proper drainage and detention area will be provided near the front setback or below grade at the new drive aisle at time of SDP. Large setbacks are provided along the south front of the property as well as other boundaries. Existing trees and new landscape will help buffer the 4 property lines around the site. These setbacks will also provide residential front yards, giving this project a nice residential scale while utilizing the bulk plane. Change in zone for this property will allow for a vacant, unused lot to be transformed into a living community with many landscaped areas, a pedestrian and visual connection to West 32nd Avenue, and a transition from the commercial occupancies on Wadsworth Boulevard to the single-family dwellings at West 32nd Avenue. In conformance and exceeding with the Wheat Ridge ASDM goals and standards, a bus stop and a bike lane within the property right-of-way will allow pedestrians to participate in alternative forms of transportation. The architectural character of this project is intended to reflect and be reminiscent of the traditional single-family mid-century homes in Wheat Ridge. By introducing gable-sloped roofs with asphalt shingles and brick, the project will reflect the residential single-family homes to the east. The design of this project serves as a strong transition from the residential properties to the east to the commercial properties to the west. Along the sides and rear of each building, a mix of brick, metal siding, and asphalt shingle roofs help reduce the scale of the buildings and add a variation to the elevations. This will also be in conformance with the city's ASDM standards. We work closely with the City of Wheat Ridge's Architectural Site Design Manual when designing the architectural characteristics of the development. Chapter 4 in the ASDM specifically addresses the building design of multifamily residential buildings. The design of the building meets or exceeds the ASDM standards. For example, Section 4.3.A.1, Facade Designs, states that we must incorporate 3 design elements and that we have provided 4. Reveals expressions of structural architectural bays, color of texture differences, and architectural windows, which may include sills, mullions, pilasters that create 3 different dimensional expressions. In section 4.3.b, where materials are addressed, we exceed the ASDM standards by utilizing larger quantities of higher quality material. In conformance with section 4.3.e, screening, loading, service area utilities, we will provide screening for all visitor parking and drive aisles on West 32nd Avenue and adjacent properties. The aerial view shows the context of our development with the retail centers to the left, as well as the 5 residential structures wrapping around the site. This area also shows the trees as well as the landscape yards that buffer the adjacent properties. The intent of this project is to provide attainable marketing price houses. 2 neighborhood meetings were held, one on April 28, 2020, and one on February 17, 2022, to review the specifics of the project. The PRD development has been designed to be similar to that of R3 zoning. This project promotes pedestrian connectivity, bus ridership, bicycle transportation while providing a transition to the commercial uses on Wadsworth to the residential on West 32nd. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to answering any questions that you may have.